Okay, here we have an Android emulator, 5-inch, running the latest Marshmallow Android software. Because I don't have an Android device, and this is running on an emulator, I have it on the big monitor, which is not touchscreen, which is why I'm having to use a mouse. This is sort of similar to the last one, except now on top of Angular I'm using an Ionic framework. It's basically for UI stuff, but there's a lot of helpers in there as well. Makes a lot of things easy to do. I feel much better about Angular going with it via Ionic. Right now I used as a base their side menu template, and what a side menu essentially is you've got a heading, which is the title for this current view. So this is the configurator view. Then you've got the hamburger menu over here. When you click on that, it opens up the side menu. So going down here we have various configurator options. All the messages and others are just placeholders. But you can see it automatically, it updates the heading in the header bar when you do that. Anyways, unlike the last one as well, instead of having everything on one screen, I broke it all out so the controls are not so small that you can barely see them and can't touch them as well. Because of that, I put some badges up here. Essentially, this is the count of errors, here is the count of warning messages, and this is the count of informational and debug messages. When you click on this, it takes you to the messages, and this here is linked back to the specific control that's in error back on the configurator page. So clicking on that will take you directly to that section. You certification type, it takes you directly to that section. And because this is an emulator, it's running slower. It runs quite a bit faster on my Windows device. Anyways, here is the native Android UI for selecting options from a select list. You can see that it did actually make an API call. It went out to the cloud, Microsoft Azure, brought back validation data, and now we have one less error message than we did before. Commodity code, still 2 errors because now the size code is necessary. And again, if you wanted to go at it via this means rather than doing a lot of scrolling, it'll take you right where you need to go. As before, we can put different things in collapsible areas just to save space, and there was another one at the top as well. So that's about it. Again, this is making an actual web service call out to the cloud to pull down configuration data for a few of these. I can't remember. I think there's 4 different controls in here where it's getting their option data from the web, and then each time you select something, it fires off a validation that goes out on the web as well to pull down the validation data.